witches fall under pagan because they do not follow in the Christian religion. The conversion of people to Christianity, when Christianity was converted, one of their biggest rules was witchcraft and divination, that you would be punished by death. And many have been punished by death throughout the centuries. So you are not a Christian witch, okay? Hi Phoenix family. Tonight's video is about witchcraft and how it falls under paganism. Pagan is a broad umbrella term that covers so many different sections of paganism, such as the Celtic, the Druid, Wiccan, Kemetic, heathenry, and so much more. Okay, witches fall under pagan because they do not follow in the Christian religion. The conversion of people to Christianity, when Christianity was converted, one of their biggest rules was witchcraft and divination, that you would be punished by death. And many have been punished by death throughout the centuries. So you are not a Christian witch, okay? If you practice witchcraft at all or divination, then you are a pagan, all right? Not all pagans follow gods. A lot of pagans follow the elements, and because it is an earthbound religion. Pagan itself, if you were to make it a one simple explanation, is it's earth-dwelling religion. It is about what's around you, the air that you breathe, the water, the fire, the plants, the trees, all of that. That is a general for paganism. However, that is really small, considering that paganism has so many different sections to it. Okay, but tonight we're going to go over what some witchcraft. Now I have in my book here that I wrote, Pagans of the Path: A Lifetime of Learning, Teaching and Growing by Angel Greer. I have an entire section in here about witchcraft. I'm not going to read all of it. You know, if you are interested in purchasing the book, that would be awesome. It is available on Amazon. You can search it by title, or you can search for it by my name. It's up there for you. Okay, but I do want to go over the color association of witches that I have wrote in my book, and this kind of give you a little bit of an understanding, okay? Let's see, color association of the witch. White witch. The white witch is an individual that uses their craft and spell casting for only good intentions. Good intentions such as offering goodwill, good fortune, good health, and to accomplish one's goals in a positive manner. Every practice and ritual is surrounded by the intentions of and love and light. An example would be an individual desperate to obtain a particular job that has gained their interest. The white witch may offer a candle lighting with a chant to pursue the wanted position. The dark witch. The dark witch, which is an individual that uses their craft and spell casting with negative intention. The common misconception is that the dark witch deliberately uses this magic to cause harm without provocation. This may be true for some, as there are people in this world that do make bad choices and hurt others for their own pleasure. It is important to acknowledge that. However, on a much larger scale, that is not a true statement. The dark witch merely saves and uses his or her energy to enforce a justice where it is deserved. An example would be in a person that breaks into your home and steals from you. The dark witch provides her services to ensure that individual pays for their chosen action to cause harm. The gray witch. This is the one that most people that follow witchcraft, whether it be Celtic, Druid, Wiccan, or otherwise, most people fall under the gray category. The gray term, which is less than a couple of decades old in origin, meaning that most people hadn't heard of the gray witch. Before I get further into that, the idea of a witch in general was always the dark witch. For centuries and centuries was always the dark witch. That a witch meant somebody that worshipped a devil or worshipped evil or created evil. And very sadly, that is so untrue that it's ridiculous, because they would put a person that used plants to create medicine, to help people, to save lives. They were called a witch, and that witch would be put to death. And then later in time, they became the pharmacist. The pharmacist is that one witch that uses plants to create medicine. In today's society, we still have the pharmacists, and we just don't refer to them as witches. Okay. Oh, and then the white witch, the introduction of white witch actually did honestly come from Wicca. Wicca started to be introduced in the 1930s, and it made its way to the Americas in about the 1950s, give or take, all right? And in that time, the idea of Wicca was to bring back the ancient powers of witchcraft and paganism as a whole, while introducing the white witch, meaning all of the centuries of ideas of what a witch was to erase it. Okay, that witches are not evil, so they presented the white witch, which is live and love, laugh. Okay, and love and light. With that, which was an awesome introduction, it truly was, but with that, people in general, you, myself, all decided we need to do more research. And the more research we got, the deeper we got into it. And yes, we absolutely accept Wicca, but we also understand that Wicca is just a section. It is a small part of witchcraft. It is a small part of paganism. And witchcraft is on a much larger scale. It is not just Wicca itself. Okay, so then the term gray witch is less than a couple of decades old in origin. A great number of witches, both male and female, have come to terms with the gray witch as the chosen practice for their skills. In a nutshell, they use the energy of spellcasting in both light rituals for good fortune and dark energy to serve justice where it is needed. One that associates themselves under the term gray witch will often describe this as balance with both light and dark, much like the yin and yang description. The yin and yang of Chinese philosophy combine both forces while understanding both separate sides. Yin is feminine, passive, negative, and dark, with just enough yang for balance. Yang is masculine, aggressive, positive, and light, with just enough yin for balance. With the two combined as one whole, we have the balance and understanding of the gray witch, which is what we, like I said, what most of us fall under. Okay? And on top of that, I wanted to also say that witch itself, the word, just the word itself, witch, is gender neutral. It is not male, it is not female, it is a person that studies and works in a craft. Okay? The craft, whatever your intentions are, is about manipulating to your will. Okay? Whether it be offering a blessing that somebody gets the job that they're trying to get, or whether it be a hex to hurt somebody that has done you harm, as to broken in your home, or done something to hurt you. Okay, it is about manipulation. However you go about it, whatever your intentions are. Okay, the intention is a huge one. A lot of people say it's all about intent. It's all about intent, and yes, but no. You need your intent. You need that focus, and the kind of focus I'm talking about is the kind of focus you have when you have that love in your life for somebody. You're like, oh, I must call them, I must see them, I have to spend time with them. My intentions are all about them. You need that kind of intention when you're working in spell work, for whatever the case may be. But you need a little bit more than that. The intention alone won't do it. I intend to win the lottery. I intend to have millions of dollars. But it's not going to happen if I don't go out and buy a lottery ticket. Okay? So, intention alone is a big key, but it's not enough, okay? And the intention is about your focus, your absolute 100%, this is what I want, this is what I'm going for, this is what I'm pushing for. And the best way to add to that is that the spell, with the intention, still does not do the work by itself. Okay? You are the intention. That means you do the work. Okay? If it is about a job, you can't do this fantastic spell and expect that a job is going to land in your lap. You have to put out the applications to the places that you want to work at, and then the spell would be for the people that are overlooking the applications, that yours is looked at, that yours is approved, so that they call you. That's how it works. You still have to put out the applications for the job, but the spell bends the will. It bends the will to work in your favor so that your application is seen and it is considered. That is what the spell is. I hope you're understanding what I mean by the intent. If you have absolutely any more questions on that part, please comment below, as I will answer your questions absolutely. Okay, let's see. So I pretty much covered that, and I will go over any more questions that you have if you want me to separate it any more about what witchcraft is in the comments. However, before we go, I do want to do a small spell for you and show you how this witchcraft works. Okay? This right here, this little spoon, was gifted to me by a friend, and her name is Jennifer, and the spoon to me means a great deal. Not only is it a gift from a friend, but it represents the Native American tribe Apache, and that is me. I am Apache. In fact, it is also my middle name. So this has a lot of meaning to it. It represents my tribe, it represents my friendship, and it is a gift. So that to me is a blessing. Alright, so this is going to be a key point to the spell. That is a gift from Jennifer. Alright, now, in thinking about Jennifer, and Jennifer's been through a lot. She lost a spouse almost a year ago. It was October of 2018, and they spent 25 years together. In the last year, it's been really rough on her, and we have tried to build a really tight friendship, not just between me and her, but a large group of us, to kind of close things in and let her know she's loved and that she's going to get through, and this is very difficult, but we're all here for you. But I also want to do a little bit extra for her. Send a little bit extra love, okay? So I've gathered up some tools, and right here, this little thing right here, this little vial, this is salt. So I'm going to take the little cap off. Back to holding my spoon here. Gonna pour some salt in there. Okay. The salt is for purification and protection for Jennifer. Alright, so I'm gonna put that in there. And right here, in this one with the seashell, I have sage, and I also have white sand. Let me get that open, see if you can see that pretty well. Sage and white sand. Sage is for cleansing, and the white sand is to wash away the old and make room for the new. Okay, here's a little spoon. I'm going to get some sage and some sand in there. Oh yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Okay. Alright. Oh, here's my lid. Okay, let me put that back on there. Alright, and then the blue candle. Little bitty blue candle. I don't need a whole lot, but this is my Atame. Okay. Some look at the spelling Athame and they say a thame. It is pronounced Atame. Okay, so I'm going to use this, and I want to carve a J in here. This is me. Okay, all of my tools are about me, and my intentions right now are to make this wax about me and Jennifer, about our friendship, about what I want to send to her. And blue wax represents healing, happiness, and good health. I couldn't read my own writing for a second. Healing, happiness, and good health. Okay, so right now, let me go over this one more time. I have my salt, which is the protection and the purification. I have sage, which is cleansing, to cleanse her life from anything negative in there. I have the white sand, which is to wash away the old and bring in the new. And then I have the blue wax, which is healing, happiness, and good health. and I carved the J in it. This is now, my energy is all over this candle because I'm touching it. I have carved Jennifer in it. In my mind, I know exactly what she looks like. I know her voice. I know everything about her. So my intentions right now is focusing on Jennifer. I'm all about her at the moment. I'm going to take this candle, light it. Okay. Now, as I am a pagan witch that follows the patron goddesses, I'm going to call on Hecate to help me bless this spell. And it's a very simple one. Very, very simple. I have put everything that I wanted, what means to me, into this. I want Jennifer to have purification. I want her to find happiness. I want her to let go of the old and bring in the new so that she can start to enjoy her future. Okay, and I'm sealing this with wax, and I'm asking Hecate, as protector of mother and children, to please be there for Jennifer and to accept my spell as a blessing for good things, for her as a friend, as somebody who's been through a lot and is ready to go on and start a new life. Learn to live again. Enjoy what she still has. Okay? I'm going to set that down. Now my spoon is spelled. It's spelled. It's done. And I just blew out the candle. Okay? This candle, because it was carved with J, it was carved with Jennifer in mind. I won't be using it again for anything else unless it has to do with Jennifer. Otherwise, this candle is done for anything else. The blowing out the candle, I have had many people say that you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to snuff it out or let it burn until you're finished with it. Well, because I don't need the candle burning for my spell, I went ahead and took it out. But you can blow out your candle. One of the very first candle magic spells that we learn as children, and it's centuries old, is blowing out the birthday candles on your cake. This is the one that I use all the time to explain to people that your air, your energy is a part of you. And when you are given your birthday cake and you think about real hard, the intention, really hard, what is it that I want? Then you blow out the candles. You are taking your intention, your wish, and you're setting it into the fire. You're setting it into the flames by putting your air in with the element. You blow out the candle and you're sending out your wish. So it is more than okay to blow out a candle when you are done with it. This is now done for Jennifer. The spell is active. That's all I needed. No big rituals, no big cleansing, no wands, no calling of the quarters or anything. That was my intention. That is my tools. That is my focus. And it's done. Now this spoon is forever spelled, and I will put it aside where it will set, and it'll be all about Jennifer. And it is sealed with wax. Okay, so there's that. And I guess one last thing before I go. Like I was saying about the witch not being gender specific, the warlock. Okay, that is not a witch either. It has been accepted by many this common years from I'm going to say from the 1980s till now. Warlock has been used a lot in TV shows, TV programs, and some males that are following in witchcraft or paganism path, and they accept it as the male witch. And before I go, the last thing I want to say to you guys before closing out is that it is not. The word warlock comes from Old English, and it means oath breaker. Oath breaker, somebody that would come in and make a deal, make a promise to you to gain your trust and then kill it. For example, kings, government officials, leaders, priests even would hire these men or women, and the idea was to send them out to find covens. They would be paid to locate covens of witches, and they would be accepted into the coven. They would take the oath, they would take the promise to never share the secrets of the coven, the spells or anything, and then once their trust was earned and they've been through the ritual, they're accepted by the coven, then they would leave to go and tell the leaders that hired them where to locate them, the secrets of the coven, and so on. Okay, so the leaders, the government, the kings, whatever, would go and track down these covens as they were given information on, and they would take apart the coven. Not just separating families, but killing them off. Some were burned alive, some were buried, some were drowned at sea, and some were tortured relentlessly. Okay, those that did survive, some did, they would go to tell others in other covens or even solitary witchcraft practitioners that there are oath breakers among us. They are warlocks among us. A warlock is not a good thing. It is not a good word. It means that you are an oath breaker, that you would go out of your way to join a coven to hurt them. Okay? So I want to put that out there. Even though the word in today's society has been accepted for male witch, it is important to know that that's not what it is. It really isn't. And I try to teach that to as many people as possible. If you so choose to use the word, obviously it's up to you. You do you. But you do need to know the history of it. It's important that you understand that. And then you do what you want with it after that. Okay? So, thank you guys. I appreciate you being here with me. I love you all. And please like, share, and subscribe. Mwah.